Good morning students, this is Arun. Today we are going to see multiprocessor in computer organization and architecture. So first, what is a multiprocessor? A multiprocessor is a computer system with two or more central processing unit share full access to common RAM. So that is, a multiprocessor is a computer system which has more than one CPU. That you call it as a multiprocessor. The main objective of the multiprocessor is to boost the system's execution speed. So that is the main purpose of the multiprocessor, to boost up the system execution speed. So multiprocessor means more than one central processing unit. That is a computer system with more than one central processing unit. You call it as a multiprocessor. Share full access to a common RAM. So the main objective of the multiprocessor is to boost up the system's execution speed, with the other objectives being fault tolerance and application matching. So the other objectives are, the main objective is to boost the system speed, but the other objectives are fault tolerance and application matching. There are two types of multiprocessor. One is called shared memory multiprocessor and another one is distributed memory multiprocessor. So in shared memory multiprocessor, all the CPU share the common memory. So in shared memory multiprocessor, all the CPU share the common memory. But in a distributed multiprocessor, every CPU has its own private memory. So that is the major difference between the shared memory multiprocessor and distributed memory multiprocessor. Shared memory multiprocessor means share a common memory, but distributed memory multiprocessor means every CPU has its own memory, private memory. That is the main difference between the shared memory multiprocessor and the distributed memory multiprocessor. So I will highlight here. Shared memory multiprocessor share the common memory, but the distributed multiprocessor have its own private memory. So this is the diagram for multiprocessor system. See here, so more than one processor. So it share a common memory and input output device. Now you see here, CPU share the common memory. So how many CPU are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 CPU are there and share the common memory. See the difference between this diagram and this diagram. See here, 1, 2, 3, it is share the common memory, input output device and the bus. So this is the multiprocessor system. So multiprocessor system means that is more than one CPU share a common memory, input output device and the bus. That you call it as a multiprocessor system. Okay, so the main objective is to boost the system's execution speed. Now we will see the applications of multiprocessor. As a uniprocessor, such as single instruction, single data stream. As a uniprocessor, single instruction, single data stream, that you call it as SISD. As a multiprocessor, such as single instruction, multiple data stream, that is SI is single instruction, multiple data stream is MD, which is usually used for vector processing. Third one is multiple series of instruction is a single perspective, such as multiple instruction, single data stream, that is MISD, which is used for describing hyper-threading or pipelined processor. This is the use of multiple series of instruction. At last, inside a single system for executing multiple individual series of instructions in multiple perspectives, such as multiple instruction, multiple data stream, that is MIMD. So these are the applications of multiprocessor, that is SISD, SIMD, MISD, MIMD. Now we will see the benefits of using the multiprocessor. Enhance enhanced performance, that is it is used to improve the performance. Multiple applications, so more than one application you can use in the multiprocessor. Multitasking inside an application, that is for example, if you are using a MS Word, you are typing in a MS Word, at a time you are using a spell checker, so that is a multitasking inside an application. You know that MS Word is an application. There is other examples also for multitasking, that is you are typing a document in MS Word and you are listening to the music at the same time, so that is also a multitasking. More than one task a computer performs more than one task at a time, that you call it as a multitasking. High throughput and responsiveness, hardware sharing, common CPU. Now we will see what is a multi-computer. A multi-computer system is a computer system with multiple processors that are connected together to solve a problem, that you call it as a multi-computer. Each processor has its own memory and it is accessible by that particular processor, and those processors are communicate with each other via an interconnection network, that you call it as a multiple computer. So each processor has its own memory, that is the important thing here. Each processor has its own memory. So we will see the diagram. See here, this is each processor has its own memory, so interconnected. So that is what they are saying. See here, a multi-computer system is a computer system with multiple processors that are connected together to solve a problem. See here, so that are interconnected. See here, M stands for memory, so each CPU has separate memory, but here shared memory in the multiprocessor, but in the multi-computer, see here, each CPU has a separate memory. So okay, I think you will understand. As a multiple computer is capable of message passing between the processors, it is possible to divide the task between the processor to complete the task. Hence, a multi-computer can be used for distributed computing. It is cost effective and easier to build multi-computer than a multiprocessor. So that is what I have said, that in the first thing itself we have classified two things. See here, there are two types of multiprocessor. One is a shared memory multiprocessor and another one is distributed memory multiprocessor. In the shared memory multiprocessor, memory is shared. See here, in the shared memory multiprocessor, all the CPU share a common memory, but in the distributed multiprocessor, each CPU, that is every CPU has its own memory. So see the diagram. So see here, it is shared, CPU sharing the common memory, but here each CPU has its own memory. See here. Now we will see the difference between the multiprocessor and the multi-computer. So multiprocessor is a system with two or more central processing unit that is capable of performing multiple tasks, whereas a multi-computer is a system with a multiple processors that are attached via interconnection network to perform a computational task. A multiprocessor system is a single computer that operates with multiple CPU, whereas a multi-computer system is a cluster of computer that operates as a singular computer. Third difference is construction of multi-computer is easier and cost effective than the multiprocessor. Fourth difference is the multiprocessor system program tends to be easier, whereas multi-computer system program tends to be difficult. Multiprocessor supports parallel computing, multi-computer supports distributed computing. So these are the major differences between the multiprocessor and the multi-computer. So in the next class we will see the another unit.